season of being honest with myself, with God, with people. So I've added a few accountability partners in my sphere of influence. And this is strange territory for me. But I'm seeing that it's essential for my recovery spiritually, because I've been one just to hold things in and not allow people in and express what's going on with me. And so right now in this phase, I've been practicing that tool of accountability, putting people in my circle to be able to conversate with, dump on them when I need to dump, and vent and release. So that's where I'm at right now in the journey, and it's challenging, but I know it's essential for my recovery because it's strengthening in team, and also it reminds me of a proverb. It says, in a multitude of counsel, wise counsel, there's safety. So, I really want to embrace that principle. So that's where I'm at right now in my recovery. Getting ready to go into phase 3. That's when I get the opportunity to start working. Yeah, man, be halfway there.
I was in the program for 2.5 years. I came to the recovery program because I was addicted to heroin. And I'd stolen from my parents and they were pretty much done with me. So I kind of had, broken my last bridge. And there was going to be no place else to go. And I was just tired. I was tired of waking up every day to the same thing, having to chase that drug, get some money, lie to people, steal, just to get that next one. That never ever seemed to be enough. It didn't last very long, and as soon as it wore off, the pain was still there. When I came into the program, it was faith-based, and I was really excited to learn about God because growing up, I was Catholic, and I went to church and everything, but the relationship was never found. It was just a religion. I learned a lot about God and it not being just about the religion or whatever church you go to, and that you can have a relationship with God and he just meets you where you're at. You don't have to be some, perfect person. You just start wherever you're at and just start trusting in God and getting some faith. And he just kind of comes up and walks along with you. I cried out and he was there along the way. So I figured, why not try that? I've tried everything else. So I tried God, and as soon as I did that, everything just kind of started falling into place. I ended up at City Gospel, and as soon as I walked in, it was an overwhelming feeling, a feeling that I had never felt, that I belonged somewhere. From the moment I walked in, I felt like God had me. There was the staff there was so full of love, and I never really received a lot of love growing up. My parents loved me the best they could and, provided, but they didn't know how to nurture. So when I went there, they just loved me, and it was an unconditional love. I thought, why are you hugging on me and loving on me? You don't even know me or the things I've done. And that was God, the God in them that lives in me today. I'm able to do the same thing with people, but God has let me walk with me through that whole program. It's been amazing. My biggest challenges in the program was having to really look at myself and look at things that I'd stuffed down so deep over the years. Just really having to grieve and deal with them and get down to the core issues of why I use drugs and why I continue to use drugs to run away from all those things that I'd stuffed down. Because when the drugs weren't there, they were popping back up. I had been to recovery one other time. I stayed for 28 days. And when I got out, I was sober for 4 months. But when I went home, I went right back to where I came from. And I was bored. I didn't do anything different. I didn't have a job when I left there, and I didn't get a job when I went back. But most importantly, I didn't deal with all the brokenness that needed to be dealt with. So the things that I've gained is I have an apartment. It's the first apartment I've ever had. I will be 40 next year, and I've never had my own apartment. I'm adulting, and I pay bills, and I ain't mad about it. It's kind of fun. I feel really good about myself. I bought a car. It's a used car, but it's paid off, and I paid for it. I've been on my job for 2.5 years. It amazes me that I get up and go to work every day and don't need anything. I have so many believers as friends, Christian friends. I have so many different circles of networks that God has really put beside me in this time in my life. If you're considering a faith-based program, you should do it because it has been the change in my life that I needed. God is the only way to fill that empty space. Once the drugs come out, you're going to fill it with something, and God's the only way to do it, or you're going to continue to try and fill it with something. It might not be the drug, but it could be shopping or eating or men or something else. The faith-based program has completely changed my life. It's amazing.